In the heart of the Golden Desert, where the sun kisses endless sands, a young prince was born, destined to become one of ancient Egypt's greatest kings. His name was Khafre, son of the famed King Khufu, the builder of the Great Pyramid. Khafre grew up in a palace filled with priests, scholars, warriors, and master builders. From a young age, he learned that being a king was not just about wearing a crown. It was about carrying the soul of a nation and guiding the destiny of its people. As the prince matured, he watched how temples were constructed, how legends were carved onto stone walls, and how people bowed respectfully before the statues of the gods. But his heart longed for one thing: to leave his own mark on Egypt, a mark that would last forever. Years passed, and Khafre was crowned king of Egypt. On his very first night as Pharaoh, he climbed to the top of the palace, gazed at the stars, and whispered to himself, "If my father has his great monument, then I will build something that carries my soul into eternity." At dawn, he summoned the greatest engineers, priests, and architects, revealing his bold vision. "I want a pyramid that touches the sky," he declared, "one that rivals the greatness of my father and keeps my name alive for all time." The call went out, and workers came from every corner of the kingdom. Thousands of strong hands lifted massive stone blocks, while sculptors shaped the limestone under the blazing Egyptian sun. The desert seemed to shake beneath their footsteps, and gradually, the barren land transformed into a masterpiece of human genius. But Khafre didn't want just a pyramid. He wanted a guardian, a symbol that would protect Egypt long after he was gone. One night, while wandering on the Giza plateau, he saw a huge mound of rock. Its shape intrigued him. He placed his hand on its rough surface and said, "Here, I will create an eternal guardian, one that does not sleep, one that does not fall." He commanded his artists to carve the stone until the face of a king emerged, his own face forever, watching the sunrise in the east. Thus, the Great Sphinx was born, a legendary statue with the body of a lion and the mind of a king. It stood proudly beside his pyramid, as if saying to all who approached, "Whoever seeks the secrets of the king must face me first." Years passed, and Khafre's pyramid rose higher and higher, its polished limestone casing reflecting the sunlight like a beacon of immortality. When it was finally completed, the king stood before it, the desert wind lifting his royal cloak. A proud smile crossed his face. "Now," he said, "the world will know that I was here." Khafre ruled Egypt with wisdom. Under his reign, trade flourished, the fields along the Nile prospered, and a sense of peace spread across the land. He listened to the complaints of the poor, rewarded brave soldiers, and personally oversaw the temples. The people came to believe that the power of the Sphinx protected the kingdom, and that the spirit of Khafre roamed the desert, watching over them from the great beyond. As he grew older, the king sat one evening beside his pyramid, watching the sun set behind the dunes. He felt no fear, for he knew that while humans may perish, their deeds do not. He turned to the high priest beside him and said, "If our names disappear from the scrolls, the pyramids will speak for us." When Khafre's time came, the priests carried his body along the sacred pathway, lit by torches and swirling incense. They placed him inside his pyramid, inside the monument he had dreamed of, designed, and built with his own vision. They sealed the chambers with solemn silence, not closing a tomb, but preserving a legend, and the legend remained. The Great Sphinx has stood tall through thousands of years, guarding Khafre's pyramid, whispering his story to the winds of time. Travelers from every corner of the world would one day stand before it, amazed, mesmerized, and in awe of the king who refused to be forgotten. Because Khafre understood one simple truth: greatness is not measured by the years you live, but by the legacy you leave behind. His pyramid and his Sphinx are more than just stone and sand. They are a testament to the power of a dream, a symbol of a king's ambition to touch eternity. And to this day, as the sun rises over Giza, it first illuminates the face of the Sphinx, a silent promise from a pharaoh that his story will never die. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from history.